The object I've chosen is this camera, which is Thompson's Revolver camera, which dates from 1862. The Revolver camera, as the name suggests, is designed in the shape of a conventional handgun. This is the lens, and this is the viewfinder tube, and there's a ground glass screen. And to actually take the photograph, quite ingeniously, when you press the trigger or the catch here on the side, this tube drops down. It drops down from the viewfinder into the main camera body, at the same time releasing the shutter and taking the photograph. Fingers crossed, it'll perform its trick for us. It's a revolver camera, and instead of shooting bullets, it shoots photographs. It's a strange item, because this, for me, combines different elements. It combines craftsmanship, a great deal of ingenuity, but also a total lack of common sense. It's ingenious, but totally impractical, and such a stupid idea, really. That if you came across somebody who was waving this in your direction, the last thing you'd want to do would be to stand there and smile. You'd probably run a mile. So that combination, combined with the fact that it is incredibly rare, that fewer than 10 of these are known to survive anywhere in the world, this is why this particular camera always has attracted me, and there's always a frisson to look through the viewfinder again 140 years on to imagine who would have used this back in the 1860s. Cameras are quite a rare sight, and very few people could afford cameras or had the technical knowledge to actually take photographs. The person who would have bought this camera would have been quite wealthy. We don't know what price it was, but you can see from the materials here, this was a handcrafted, expensive camera, so only the wealthy could afford this camera. Even if you bought the camera, you would also have to have quite a large degree of chemical knowledge in order to coat your own plates and then, following exposure, to process them and print them. You had to do it yourself. You couldn't take your photographs to a shop and have someone to do it for you. So only the wealthy and the relatively well-educated and skilled could take photographs. It was by no means the sort of thing that anybody could take, something we take for granted these days. We have thousands of cameras in the collection, and it's very difficult to choose a particular favourite. This particular camera I find fascinating because we don't really know much about Mr. Thompson. We don't know much about the background. This particular camera was bought by us at auction in the 1990s with the support of Kodak Limited. And again, it fills a gap in our collection, a very rare item, an example of ingenious design. And so you can trace the story of multiple exposures and disc cameras right back from the 1980s to the 1860s using this camera.